Good morning, YouTube. And it's getting close to trip time. Actually, we're going to be leaving tomorrow. But today, just for you guys, I'm going to do some stuff with the trailer and get some numbers.
What have you been up to?
I've been riding on a daydream.
Man, I need to weed eat and do the grass. Whew, I definitely need to do the grass. I hate weed eating though. I'm still amazed how many people are still concerned with my weight of my trailer as far as what was added and all that stuff. I get a lot of, oh, you're going to be overweight, hopefully not, that kind of thing. But today what I'm going to do is not load the RV with all our clothes and everything, but I will make sure that our water tank is completely full. And you know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to fill the black tank halfway, and I'm going to fill the gray tank halfway. Basically, I'm going to have about 40 gallons of water, 20 in the gray, 20 in the black, and 48 in the fresh. And I'm going to get some sort of a measurement. Now, I don't think that that's a realistic situation. Let me try to get this garage door open. And the reason that I say that it's not a realistic situation is because who in the world would have a full freshwater tank, yet they have 20 gallons of black and 20 gallons of gray? I mean, how did the 20 gallons of gray and black get in there? And, it comes from the freshwater tank. So this is like a worst case crazy scenario. I don't even know what to really call it because, again, that means that you would be on your camping trip and you might stop at Walmart, and let's say you stay there for 2 nights, you take showers, you use the bathroom. Maybe you've been using the bathroom the entire trip and it's gotten full, and at some point you decided, you know what, I'm going to refill my freshwater tank, even though most places have the dump station where you're refilling your freshwater tank. For whatever reason, you decide you're not going to dump your tanks. And again, this situation seems so illogical, but I'm trying to do what I can to make the RV heavier to the point where it might get close to being overloaded. So again, the black water tank I'm putting in half, which it's a 45-gallon tank, so we're just going to say 20 gallons. I'm just going to have to eyeball it and use the gauge on the wall, which I don't really trust that much. And the same with the a gray tank. I'm going to fill that halfway, and then I'm going to make sure that my freshwater tank is completely full. Now, as far as the other stuff that goes in the RV, maybe I can throw some things in there to kind of make it heavy. Now, the nice thing is, which I didn't even know this, I had to call around. So I'm glad people are commenting, say your trailer might still be heavy, because all I can think of is we're going to load up everything, get ready to go to this trip, and maybe on our way we can stop at cat scales. But what if I'm overweight then, or what if the weight's kind of strange? And I called around and somebody said, where do you live at? And I said, well, I live right on the corner, and I told them exactly where I lived, and they said, well, just about 5 houses up, or 5 businesses up, or houses and businesses combined, is Agland. It's a feed store. They'll do a weigh right there. So I stopped in. I just came back from there, and she said, sure, come on up. She goes, it's a $10 cash. She goes, we ask that you unhook your truck. They said, if you're going to get certified, if you want to get a ticket for being certified, you have to unhook your vehicle. I said, well, no, I'm not doing anything like that, but I do want to unhook my truck. So I'm not going to have my weight distribution bars on. I'm just going to hook up the trailer with all that loaded water and maybe what else I might be able to put in there. I'm going to drive up the street, and I'm going to get a weight of the trailer. Now, unfortunately, I can't get a side to side. I really would love to know what my axles are individually from side to side. I'm going to have to wait for some sort of an RV event to get that done. But as far as the overall weight of the trailer with the generator on it and the full propane tanks and all that, yeah. All right, so I got the house water hooked up to this so I could not use anything that's in the freshwater tank. and I'm trying to see how much I got going on in here, and it doesn't look like it's going to be easy to tell. So I'm sure these are going to fill relatively fast. This kind of stinks because, again, I don't really trust this 100%. It says the gray water is 2/3 full. Oh, not even 2/3. Okay, so maybe this is accurate. This is a tip. I don't know if you guys know, these things work off of resistance, and sometimes when you first push them, see how high they are? See how it's bouncing around there? If you hold it, the resistance will change. You get a more accurate reading, at least from these old style ones, if you just hold it for a little bit longer to get a true resistance reading. And if this changes to 2/3 whenever I'm holding this, then I know I'm 2/3 full. So we might have to do that. We might have to go 2/3 of a tank instead of half a tank. Again, worst case scenario. Yeah, I can tell that that's wanting to go to 2/3. So I got my propane tank holding my toilet open. I don't know any other way to do that. Let me go ahead and get some gray water rolling too. I got the generator mounted on the tongue. I don't have the cover on it, and I have yet to add weight in the RV yet, but I will. So we're going to keep on screwing around with this until I can make these both read 2/3 full. Again, you can watch if you let it go. See how... Yeah, it's funny how those things work. Alright, so you can see now that the black tank is definitely reading 2/3 full. The gray tank is definitely 2/3 full. And the freshwater tank is full. I can definitely verify that the freshwater tank is completely full because it's underneath this jackknife couch and you cannot see the top. You can't see where the top is at as far as it being full, but it's all the way up there, right to there, which is where the spout is. So that's basically 48 gallons. Plus, I have the hot water tank in the back full. It's 6 gallons. We're going to go ahead and leave the propane tank in here. We'll put 20 pounds in the back. And I think I'm going to try to put my toolbox in here maybe. Hopefully I don't mess up the carpet too much, because I know that toolbox is pretty darn heavy. But yeah, I've got to get some weight in there. I'm not sure what. I mean, we got plenty of stuff in here, but I know my toolbox, that toolbox right there is about 100 pounds. It's very heavy. I can barely pick it up and carry it with the handle that's on there. Matter of fact, you can see what happened. The old handle broke some time ago, so I have this chain rig job on here with this hose to be able to carry that. So we'll probably do that, and again, I don't see anything else that I can put in there that won't get the RV dirty. Yeah, I'm not real sure. Maybe some paint cans. I'm trying to simulate our clothes, so I would think that if I put 120 pounds in there, that should pretty much simulate it. Yeah, that's got to be good enough. Let me get a piece of cardboard so I don't screw up the carpet, and we'll get that toolbox in there. Okay, running out of breath. I forgot we have this drinking water bottle that's completely full. Boy, those are cheap. It's only $1.25 to fill up at Walmart. What? I have no idea. We do have our stove in here. There is some stuff underneath here. Our silverware, whatever. I don't see a lot of weight involved there, but I guess every little bit adds up. We got plates, Heidi's little cooker. Again, I don't think of that being very much on weight. There's a toaster in here. There's some tools. We do have our one tote underneath here with all the RV repair crap in there. We do have this stuff here, which again, the barbecue set. I don't think there's very much weight involved with any of that. 18-pound bag of charcoal, just for fun. The tools, they're very heavy. That's 100 pounds. I know they're 100 pounds because I've weighed that out before on scales. Very, very heavy. The barbecue tank, that's full. It's only $14 to get an exchange at Walmart, which was much cheaper than I thought. And then the bathroom, nothing in here, you know, just the normal stuff. However, I know in the back, and then this fan, you know, and the normal crap here. And again, we have a 2/3 full black tank, a 2/3 full gray tank, and a 48-gallon freshwater tank, and then of course the hot water tank is filled. And then as far as weight out here, the only other thing that we have as far as weight, well, this hitch piece, but that I don't really consider that much for weight. And just a few things in here. This wood, which these pieces here, they go back a little ways. You can see they're kind of our leveling blocks. And then there's a couple of small pieces of wood, and then that wood there. There's some hoses in there, some an extension cord. I don't know how much that weight adds. Both these propane tanks are completely full on the tongue, and then the generator. The gas tank's not full on that by no means, but I just got that thrown on there. I think with all that weight in there, we're definitely heavier than what we would actually travel at, because again, I can't think of any scenario in which I would have a full water tank and a 30 gallons in my gray tank and 30 gallons in my black tank. I mean, that seems like a lot. I mean, just in the wastewater, I have 480 pounds. And then as far as the freshwater tank, you know, there's 395 pounds just in the freshwater tank. There's been plenty of times we've traveled with a full freshwater tank. So that scenario is definitely feasible. However, as we use the freshwater and it goes to the gray or the black, of course, it's being distributed in different places. We don't travel like this, but I wanted to show you guys that I don't think that we'd be overweight. Again, the total weight that this RV can weigh when it's fully loaded, I think it's 6,300 pounds. Let's see if we can read that tag. I know it's really hard, but 3,500 pound axles, and there's 6,300. Again, I don't know if you can see that. I'll try to reposition this to see if it catches the light just right. But the tires, they're C-rated tires. I have D-range tires on there. I upgraded whenever I put these on because I wanted the next load higher. You can see here, load range D. Again, I'll try to move this around so it reflects correctly. But I mean, I'm really playing this safe. I know you guys are concerned to some extent, and I want to show you that I could be wrong, and we might find out. We're going to find out if I'm wrong right now. So let me go ahead and put the hitch on the truck, and again, no weight distribution bars or anything, and I'm just going to take it up there and unhook it and get a weight. Get my son to move his van out of the way for whenever I come back. Looks like he's having a hard time backing. I don't know what the deal is there. Anyways, I have no weight distribution bars. I have no sway bar, nothing. I just have it hooked up to my hitch with all that weight. So this will be interesting. Looks like my brakes are working okay. That's good. Let me go ahead and give it maybe one more boost. And let's get out of here and head up the street. Wow. The rain allowed the RV to sink in the ground, so I'm slowly giving it gas. Slowly, slowly. Because this is like driving in the winter. There we go, I got it rolling. Uh-oh. I'm up against the railroad tie. I don't want to spin my tires. I don't want to spin my tires. This is like driving in the winter. There we go. Yeah, you gotta be awful careful. It don't take much for it to spin out in the wet grass, even though you can see our yard's still kind of brown. Yeah, that's Ohio for you. So yeah, we'll go up the street here, and ooh, it's bouncy. It's bouncier. That's different. So this is the heaviest this RV would ever weigh. I can't think of another scenario that would make it any heavier than this. So we'll We'll see how this reacts. Wow, it drives nice and smooth. Feels good. But I'm not driving very far. I mean, literally, you can see the silos of the place that I'm going to right now. It's just up the street. I don't have my tow mirrors on. I forgot. Oh well. I used to tow without them anyway, so this is the place here. Hopefully I remembered my wallet. Yeah. I'm gonna go to this second driveway, and I'm pulling right up on the scales then. I don't want to pull in front of this truck though, because their driveway looks about as rough as ours does, so. I should have the air on. I'm hot. It's a hot day today considering. All right, let's get in here. Boy, there's a ton of water coming out of the fill neck. I must be really full on the water. Yeah, I gotta go in, I gotta pull up on these scales. I have to unhook the RV, and then we'll get a weight. It's just a single thing, so we'll get pretty much centered here, and then we'll drop. So let me run in and see what's going to happen here. All right, guys, so this was quick and easy. Man, I should be doing this a lot more. So I went in, and he told me all I have to do is, he got a total weight for my truck and my trailer, of course, and he told me just to pull forward until my axles come off as far as my truck, but leaves the trailer on the scale. And then he told me just to drop the tongue of the trailer and, you know, disconnect it from the truck, but not pull the truck ahead. So I didn't have to disconnect my brake lights, anything. I didn't have to disconnect anything other than the ball hitch part, so I could lift it up off of the hitch and take the weight off the truck, and got a good result. And I'm gonna tell you, I knew it again. I wish you guys would quit doubting me. Please quit doubting me. I love the fact that you guys are watching out for our safe being. But if I tell you I really think that I'm okay, this is why. Complete with the driver. That's me, my fat butt. 12,380 pounds is what my truck and trailer weigh, the way I have it completely loaded right now. Now, my truck will weigh considerably more than this next figure whenever we go camping, because of course I'll have a bunch of stuff in the back of the truck. However, just to let you know, my truck right now does have a full 38-gallon fuel tank in the rear and a full 19-gallon fuel tank in the front. So there is a considerable amount of weight there, plus all the other crap that I might have in there, which isn't a lot. So that's what the truck and camper weigh together. Now, if you guys remember, we was just looking at the tag. The RV can weigh 6,300 pounds. That's topped out. That's the max it should weigh. 6,300 pounds. The trailer weighed 6,340 pounds. The truck weighs 6,040 pounds. So 6,340. Currently, the way I have this thing overloaded, I have it over 40 pounds. And that's because of all the crap that I have in those tanks right now. Like I said, I have 30 gallons in the gray tank. I have 30 gallons in the black tank. And I have a full freshwater tank. That scenario will never happen. Not only that, but I have 140 pounds worth of stuff in there that is simulating our clothes and everything else. I seriously doubt we're gonna have 140 pounds worth of clothes, but it could happen. However, I would think that a reasonable amount to calculate that my trailer may weigh with all this stuff is definitely a freshwater tank. I can see having a full freshwater tank. Definitely having the generator on it. I can definitely see having the generator on it. That totally makes sense. I can definitely see having 100 pounds worth of stuff in the back of the RV. That makes sense. I can't see, however, having 30 gallons gray, 30 gallons black with a full water tank. Again, if you're using your freshwater tank to take a shower, go to the bathroom, wash dishes, whatever, that water's leaving the freshwater tank and going into the gray or black tank. So at no point should I have a full freshwater tank and more than maybe 10 gallons of gray, maybe 10 gallons of black at the most. And here I've got triple those amounts in each of those tanks. So no problem. I'm going to head back to the house and get this thing unhooked and start loading my truck, because we got to get ready for this trip. But I just wanted to show you guys, don't worry about it. I've got it covered. I definitely got it covered. And I'm hot. I can't believe how warm it got in this truck. So we're going to head back and cool off before I do any work. I wanted to show you guys how much gray water's involved. So I got it kind of close to the ditch here. I probably could run my hose over there and just pull it and dump it in the ditch. Maybe I'll do that. No, because I wanted to show you guys the water. But I do have to mow today. Oh well, it'll just have to be wet over here. So here's the gray water. And you'll be able to see how much is coming out. I can smell the bleach in there. I thought I got most of that bleach out, but apparently I didn't. So you see, that's a decent amount of gray water. And there was just as much black, obviously, because of the fact that it's just as full. Oh, I'm so glad this weighing stuff is over. I could have checked my tongue weight. That would have been fun, huh? To check the tongue weight with it 2/3 full, knowing how much that was. Maybe I can do that still. That's a thought. Yeah, I'm going to do that just for you guys. I'm going to go ahead and hook up my hose, and I'm going to refill the gray tank to 2/3, and then I'm going to get a tongue reading. Let's get some sort of a measurement here. All right, so I've already got the black tank full. Now I'm filling the gray tank, and I don't think that it's not even a third yet, but we're getting there. We'll wait till it gets to 2/3 again. I'm gonna get a tongue weight. Do I make mistakes? Yeah, all the time. A lot of them I just edit out, and I'm talking about normally when I'm shooting video if I'm saying something wrong. However, let me tell you how dumb I am. The water's been running off our house now for about, I don't know, 5 minutes, I guess. Maybe a little bit longer, probably closer to 8 minutes. And the gray tank, it just didn't want to fill. And it took forever for it to get a 1/3 reading. And the only reason it finally reached a 1/3 reading is because I finally walked around the side of the RV and seen that I still had my gray tank dump valve open. 10 minutes. 10 minutes I've been running water through this sink, through the drain, into the gray water tank, and out onto the ground outside. So we'll get it there. We'll finally get to 2/3. And I did disconnect the RV from the truck, so we'll get a reading right at the tongue. So finally, we're showing, wow, if it's reading like that on the gray tank, that means that it's over 2/3, but we'll just say it's 2/3 anyways. And we're 2/3 on the black, and we're full on the fresh water. So let me turn off the lights there, because I am running on battery power right now. I've got the tongue jack set up, and it's slightly leaning this way, just a little bit, not bad. You can see the bullseye there, the little bubble that's inside. Let's go ahead and see what the tongue weight is. Now, before I give you this reading, let's recap one more time. I know you love doing that. We have 48 gallons of fresh water. We have 2 full propane tanks. We have the generator mounted on the tongue. We have at least 30 gallons of gray, which is a tank that is forward of the axles. We have 30 gallons of black, which is right pretty much above the axles. We have a 100-pound toolbox in the back. We have a 20-pound barbecue size propane tank that's full in the back. And we have an 18-pound charcoal bag back there. We have a tote underneath the bed that has maybe 10 pounds worth of stuff. We have all that wood that I was showing you in the back, our leveling wood, stuff like that. We have all of our kitchen appliances and utensils inside. We have plates, whatever else. Of course, we have that new dinette set up, and we are at 6,340 pounds on this RV right now, the way it sits. 6,340 pounds, which is 40 pounds over what this RV is supposed to weigh when we tow it. So, what am I telling you here? This is worst case scenario as far as the weight goes. I've definitely got too much weight, but I want to see how much tongue weight I have now with that gray tank as full as it is, and the front water tank as full as it is. My brick is cracking. So I'm looking at 750 pounds. 750 pounds tongue weight. So let's go ahead and do the math on that. And how do I do the math? You know how I do the math. Okay, Google, what is 15% of 6,350 pounds?
The answer is 952.5 pounds.
Okay, so I'm under that. Okay, Google, what is 12% of 6,340 pounds?
The answer is 760.8 pounds.
So I'm under 12%. Let's try 11. Okay, Google, what is 11% of 6,340 pounds?
The answer is 697.4 pounds.
So it's in between there. I knew this. I knew all this. Not bad, though. I'm glad that I got this taken care of. You know what I could do, though? Let's see how much this tongue weight changes when I empty the gray tank. And, of course, that takes weight off of the tongue. Let's dump this gray out and see what our tongue weight is after that's gone. And there should be a lot more gray than what there was before, because I know that I'm over 2/3. I guess I could have measured all this water that came out, but ultimately I just want to know what the trailer weight is, and I definitely want to know what the tongue weight is. So we'll let all the gray water come out. Maybe this time I won't try to refill the gray tank and leave that valve open. That was ridiculous. Oh, what was I thinking? Okay, let's see if that's changed our tongue weight. Remember, we were at 750 pounds. Didn't really change very much, did it? That's not much at all. See, that's what I'm saying. As far as placement, it's critical, but not that critical. The lighter the RV is, the more critical it is, but 750 pounds. Now, if I emptied my freshwater tank, I know that would change it quite a bit. And if I took that stuff out of the back, that heavy toolbox and stuff like that, that would change it too. So 6,340 pounds with all the crap that I have in there. That's a considerable amount of weight. But again, the situation is really odd that would happen. So do I really need to do any more weighing for any reason whatsoever that you can think of? Yes, there's one. I would like to know my side-to-side weight at the axles, but again, I have to wait until I find portable scales, which there's events that are throughout the country that you can do that. For example, the Forest River group meeting is coming up here August 12th through 18th. I cannot attend. It's in Goshen, Indiana. They have the scales there that they will weigh your vehicle or your trailer and let you know exactly what it is, side to side. Again, that's important. And I don't know how much I've affected that side to side weight by removing that oven and that big kitchen sink and putting in that smaller bar sink, and also putting in that smaller stove. But I did put in heavier countertop. I also added this bench seat that's over here in the corner. And when I was watching that video the other day, I calculated that thing out at 80 pounds. I don't know if it's 80. I think it's probably closer to 60 pounds. But anyways, it's pretty close. So I'm going to hook up the RV to the truck one more time. I'm going to pull it up in the driveway and then probably position it so we can start loading up the truck, because I got a lot of stuff I need to put in the truck. But as far as the scales are concerned, I think we're done for quite some time as far as the weight. I hope this has satisfied everybody. I'm sure there's a few of you that have questions still, but for the most part, I've covered it all.